External darkness is powerless if your inner light is strong. Darkness outside is simply the absence of physical light, a condition of nature that comes and goes. It can cause uncertainty, fear, and disorientation, but only if you allow it to penetrate within. True strength lies in the quality of your mind and the depth of your spirit. When your inner light is cultivated, darkness cannot control you because it cannot reach you. That inner light is clarity, awareness, and a deep connection to your values and beliefs. It is the strength that comes from knowing who you are, where you stand, and what you will not compromise. Many people fear the idea of darkness because they associate it with danger and the unknown. Yet the real danger is not in the absence of sunlight, but in the absence of direction within the human soul. If your mind is clouded, even the brightest day will feel dark. If your heart is heavy, even the most beautiful landscape will appear dull. But if your inner flame is burning, no night can defeat you. The cultivation of inner light is not a sudden achievement. It is a gradual process, like training a muscle or refining a skill. You feed it with discipline, with truth, with self-reflection, and with acts that align with your highest self. Every time you choose courage over fear, patience over anger, and love over resentment, you are strengthening that light. Life will always test it. There will be times when events around you seem overwhelming, losses, disappointments, unexpected changes. External darkness can take the form of financial crisis, natural disasters, political turmoil, or even the sudden silence of 3 days without the sun. If you have not prepared your soul, these moments will feel like an endless night. But if you have built your light from within, these moments will simply be opportunities to shine brighter. Inner light is also about perception. Two people can face the same situation. One sees hopelessness, the other sees a challenge to overcome. The difference lies not in the condition, but in the conditioning of the mind. The person who has trained themselves to focus on solutions instead of problems carries a lamp in their soul that no storm can extinguish. This lamp is made of awareness, awareness of your own thoughts, emotions, and reactions, as well as awareness of the larger picture beyond the moment. It helps you remember that all darkness is temporary and that light always returns. When you believe this deeply, fear loses its grip on you. Fear thrives in the unknown, but when you carry your own source of illumination, nothing remains truly unknown for long. This inner strength is not arrogance. It is not pretending you are unaffected by the world. It is acceptance of the fact that challenges will come and readiness to meet them with a steady heart. It is like a tree with deep roots. The storm may bend its branches, but it will not uproot it. Likewise, your inner light may flicker in hard times, but it will never go out if you have anchored it in truth and self-knowledge. And just as one candle can light another without losing its own flame, your strength can inspire others. In moments of collective darkness, people look for someone who can guide them, reassure them, and remind them that hope still exists. If you have prepared your soul, you may become that source of hope, not by loud declarations, but by the quiet power of your presence. It is important to remember that inner light is not something granted from the outside. It is not dependent on the approval of others, material possessions, or favorable conditions. It is self-generated. It is the outcome of choices you make daily, the thoughts you nurture, and the truths you refuse to abandon. You may lose everything in the material sense, but if you keep this inner flame alive, you are never truly lost. History is filled with examples of individuals who endured long periods of darkness, whether in prisons, wars, or exile, yet emerged unbroken because they carried light within them. They understood that the human spirit has the capacity to create its own day even in the middle of night. When the external world turns dark, some panic because they rely entirely on the environment for stability. Their sense of safety is built on things that can be taken away. But when you build from within, you stand on a foundation that is unshakable. Meditation, prayer, self-examination, acts of compassion, all of these are tools to strengthen your flame. In times of peace, they may seem unnecessary, but in times of trial, they are what keep you alive in the truest sense. If the 3 days of darkness were to come, the most valuable preparation would not be extra batteries or stockpiled food, though those have their place. The most valuable preparation would be to know yourself so deeply that fear finds no home in you. Then, even if the world outside falls silent and cold, you will still have warmth and direction. Your light also serves as a compass. In darkness, it is easy to lose your way, not only physically, but morally and spiritually. Desperation can make people act in ways they never thought they would: selfishness, betrayal, violence. But if your inner light is strong, you maintain your principles even when tested. You do not lose sight of compassion, kindness, and integrity. This is how light overcomes darkness, not by erasing it instantly, but by refusing to become it. Even one steady flame can guide many to safety, and if more people commit to building that inner light, the collective brightness can outshine any night. So, external darkness, no matter how complete, remains powerless in the presence of a spirit that shines. It may surround you, but it cannot enter unless you open the door. Guard that door with awareness. Feed your flame with wisdom, gratitude, and unshakable faith. Then, whether the darkness lasts 3 hours, 3 days, or 3 years, it will never have victory over you. You will walk through it as one who knows that the sun will rise again, and even if it does not, you already carry the sunrise inside. Preparation of the soul outweighs preparation of the body. The body is temporary, fragile, and subject to the laws of nature. It can be strengthened, trained, and protected, but it will always have limits. It needs food, shelter, and rest, and without them it weakens. The soul, on the other hand, is the core of who you are. It is your values, your conscience, your awareness, your ability to love and to discern truth. When physical resources fail, the condition of your soul determines how you endure. You can be surrounded by abundance and still feel empty if your soul is neglected. You can also be in hardship and still feel at peace if your soul is well prepared. This is why the preparation of the soul is the highest priority. The body can be rebuilt, but a lost soul is much harder to recover. Many people spend their lives focusing on external security, money in the bank, food in storage, a comfortable home, physical health. All of these are important, but if they are pursued at the expense of spiritual depth, they offer only temporary comfort. The moment life strips them away, fear and despair rush in. Preparing the soul means developing a foundation that remains even when the outer world collapses. It means shaping your character so that you respond to difficulty with strength, patience, and clarity instead of panic. When storms come, the unprepared soul is tossed about by every wave, but the prepared soul is anchored. Preparing the soul is not about religious labels or rituals alone. It is about the condition of the inner self. It involves facing uncomfortable truths about your weaknesses, your attachments, and the illusions you may be holding. It involves seeking understanding beyond surface appearances, asking questions about meaning and purpose, and finding answers that resonate deeply. This is not a task for emergencies. It is something done in the quiet, everyday moments long before crisis arrives. Just as an athlete does not wait until the day of competition to begin training, you cannot wait until the day of trial to prepare your soul. One reason the preparation of the soul outweighs preparation of the body is that the body's needs can be met by external means, but the soul's needs must be met from within. Food can be given to you, shelter can be built for you, but no one can hand you faith, resilience, or wisdom. These must be cultivated by your own effort. Even the most generous person cannot share their courage with you in a way that becomes yours unless you have nurtured it yourself. This makes soul preparation both deeply personal and non-transferable. You can inspire others and be inspired, but the work must be done individually. When we talk about events such as the 3 days of darkness or any major disruption, physical preparation is the most obvious. People think of stocking supplies, securing their homes, protecting themselves from harm, but imagine having everything you need physically and yet living in fear every moment. Imagine having light, heat, and food, but being unable to sleep because your mind is consumed with dread. That is what happens when the soul is unprepared. The fear becomes the real enemy, draining your strength and clouding your judgment. In contrast, a prepared soul brings calm into chaos. It sees beyond the immediate circumstances and remembers that everything in life is part of a larger journey. It draws on a source of peace that no physical object can provide. Preparing the soul also changes the way you see others. In survival situations, the unprepared soul may see people only as competition for resources. But the prepared soul still sees them as fellow travelers, each facing their own struggles. It understands that generosity and compassion are not luxuries to be discarded in hard times. They are essential to keeping the human spirit alive. A crisis can strip away superficial behavior and reveal who we truly are. If your soul is prepared, what will be revealed is integrity, kindness, and courage, not fear, greed, and bitterness. The preparation of the soul requires consistent practice. This may include prayer, meditation, studying wisdom traditions, and living according to principles you hold sacred. It means testing yourself in small ways so that you are ready for greater tests. Choosing honesty when it would be easier to lie, practicing patience when you are frustrated, offering help when it is inconvenient. These are small exercises that strengthen the soul. Over time, they become natural responses, and when greater challenges come, you act from strength rather than weakness. The soul's preparation is like a shield that has been carefully forged over years. It will not fail you when you need it most. Another reason soul preparation outweighs body preparation is that the body can be taken from you in an instant, but the soul endures beyond physical loss. There are countless stories of people who survived terrible ordeals, not because they were the strongest physically, but because they refused to let their spirit be broken. They endured hunger, cold, and pain because they had a reason to live that went deeper than survival itself. That reason came from the soul, a purpose, a belief, a love that nothing could destroy. If you live only for the body, your motivation ends when comfort ends. But if you live for the soul, even suffering can be transformed into meaning. This kind of preparation also brings freedom. If your peace depends on perfect circumstances, you are always vulnerable. But when your peace is rooted in a prepared soul, you are free from the control of changing conditions. You can walk into uncertainty without losing yourself. You can face endings without despair, because you understand that the essence of who you are is not tied to what you own or how you look or where you live. This is why wise people throughout history have focused on inner growth even when they had very little physically. They knew that inner strength cannot be stolen. In the end, body and soul are both important, but one clearly governs the other. A strong body with a weak soul will eventually falter, but a strong soul can carry a weak body farther than anyone expects. The 3 days of darkness, or any time of deep challenge, will reveal this truth. Physical preparation will keep you alive. Soul preparation will show you how to live with purpose, dignity, and hope in the midst of trial. It is the soul that will help you comfort others, make wise decisions, and see light where others see only darkness. It will allow you to walk through fear without becoming its prisoner. If there is one preparation that cannot be postponed, it is the preparation of the soul. It is the quiet work that no one sees but everyone feels when the moment comes. It is what allows you to face any darkness, whether 3 days or a lifetime, and still carry the light within. In that light, the body finds its strength, the mind finds its clarity, and the spirit finds its peace. And in that peace, you will know that no matter what happens outside, you are ready.